Hi, everybody. This is Julissa. Thank you so much for coming back to my channel. And if you're listening in the podcast, thank you so much for being here. I was thinking, I'm going to go live on YouTube just because I know there's a popular video that I made about the Carlee Russell disappearance, and it's getting a lot of track right now. But I was like, let me speak about it because just now there has been some update about this case, okay? And let me just tell you something. I do feel a little bit fooled by this whole thing because what a turnout of events, right? A couple of days ago, we were all here praying for Carlee, praying for the family. I mean, there were vigils that were done in her neighborhood, right? They were people raising money. I found the GoFundMe link. I was ready to post it on all my social media. And I was like, let me wait and see, if this is the authentic, GoFundMe from the family and all of that stuff, right? So I was so concerned, as you guys know, I made like 2 videos about it. I was so concerned, but they has just be given an update about the Carlee Russell disappearance, and that explains why after her returning home um, early on Sunday, we have not had any sketch of any suspect, right? Any surveillance video from the Red Roof Inn hotel where apparently she was in, right? We have not received any police update when it comes to like the type of vehicle that the suspect were driving in, any footage of her walking home in her neighborhood, who dropped her off, where was she in the last 3 days. We got an interview from her parents that was done yesterday, and I can say about that interview, it looked very fishy. It looks to me like the family was still going along with the story just because of what happened, right? Who wants to tell the world, hey, our daughter was dealing with something and she made this whole thing up, right? Nobody wants to admit to that, right? So they were faking it. I guess you can say now everything is now in the open, and the reason that I'm saying that is because the update for today is that the police has just released internet searches from Carlee's phone, right? This is why there's no search for the toddler that she apparently saw. There's no search, like I said before, there's no sketch being sent out. And when she disappeared, right, there was a photo of her going all over the internet. And let me just tell you something that I guess we all miss on this case, right? She calls the police apparently because she see a toddler walking down the road, and then she hangs up with the police, and then she calls her brother's girlfriend or something like that, right? And we have not seen that person who apparently was the last person to speak with Carlee, right? She has not come out and spoken to the media at all in the moments where apparently we were still searching for her, right? So everything is falling back when it comes to this case. The internet searches, like we learned from the Brian Walsh case beginning of the year. In case you're not aware, Brian Walsh was the person responsible for the disappearance of Anna Walsh out of Massachusetts, and police had millions of internet searches from him, searching how to dispose the body, all of that stuff, because as we know it, technology these days, we cannot do anything without researching, okay? And we are all expert at searching, Googling things, trying to figure things out, right? So now the police has come out and given the internet searches of Carlee Russell. And this is all a big host, I guess you can say. She was dealing with something, and out of privacy, they're saying that they're not able to. They requested a second interview with her, and they're not able to speak with her at this moment. They have, I guess, the family and Carlee has denied to speak with the police now, which I think, like, come on, you had so much effort going on, okay? There was so much effort from the police department. There was a lot of effort from the community. You owe us to them, I guess, and to us to eventually Get the story straight. And I understand she probably didn't think it was gonna get so big so fast, but this is a serious thing. When you come out and you're gonna disappear on people and then you're gonna fake this whole story, leave your car abandoned, it is a big deal. And we need answers, okay? And so that it doesn't repeat itself, okay? Amber alerts and people disappearance is a very real thing for a lot of people. People and families right now are struggling, are they're struggling to find their loved ones, so we need answers. Okay, so let me read to you guys this article real quick. It says here, Carlee Russell internet search history before her mysterious disappearance included the terms how to take money from a register without being caught. Okay, you learn so much about people with what they search on the internet, man. You basically will know what people intentions are and what they are dealing with that they're not sharing with other people. And I understand we can watch a movie and we get in that moment when we're watching a movie and we're like searching and searching, but when there is a plan, when there is an outcome, when you're planning something or planning to do something, rest assured, like I said, we are going to go online and we are going to do our own research. Okay. It says here, before her mysterious disappearance, Carlee Russell searched how to take money from a register without being caught. One one way bus ticket. This person was planning a lot, right? And questions about Amber Alerts, including whether you had to pay for a notice to be sent out. She also searched for information about Taking, a movie centered about around a woman's adoption, according to the Hoover, Alabama police. So she has basically planned this whole thing. She was dealing with stuff I heard that she was actually dealing with her boyfriend or some type of ordeal with him cheating on her and something with her job. And it's like, look at that, look at where we are now. Everything is now in the open. Everything that she searched, everything that was she was trying to keep hiding is now in the open because she didn't think, I guess, that people were going to take it seriously. And now the police has released the internet searches and she's searching about, do you have to pay to send out an Amber Alert, right? One way ticket, and can you take money out of a register without being caught? In a Wednesday press conference, police chief said that investigators have found several other searches on Carlee Russell's phone that appear to shed light on her mindset, but that will not immediately be made public out of her respect for her privacy. Yes, they're not going to make that public. We were all fooled by this. I'm sorry to say it, but the fact that she returned home 3 4 days ago and we have no police sketch of any suspect, there's no like, there's no surveillance video from the ref route in, there's nothing out there, there's no indication of them looking for a suspect, even though the boyfriend put out a statement saying that she fought for her life. The family came on national television and still played this whole thing around. And there were so many red flags on the interview that the family did, saying how they wanted to hug. She came home. They were surprised that she came home, and they wanted to hug her, but they were letting the paramedics, you know, take care of her. Like, were the paramedics already there? Like, were the paramedics there already? That they were like, oh, we're just gonna leave it, right? We're just gonna leave it for her. It's so strange, the whole interview that the parents did, right? Um, they were like, they made it seem like, how can you go along with this lie? Just come out and say, I'd rather people to be honest, right? Say, come out on national television and say, our daughter has been dealing with mental health issues for the last couple of days, whatever, right? Come out clean. Say, apparently she's not telling us, she's lying about certain things, and everything will come out eventually in the open. Say something like that, but they were not saying it. They were going along with it, saying how she fought an abductor, excuse me, how she was like fighting for her life. But there's no sketch. There is no like, oh, Carly's working with an artist trying to compose this sketch. There was nothing on that. And that's when I'm like, it's been like 4 days since she's returned home. There is no police, like they usually release like the color of the car, like the plates, and Carly, like what did they sound? Did they sound like they had an accent? If this they're gonna come out and say she was fighting for her life, something already would have come out of this whole thing, and nothing has. And now we have the internet searches, right? Um, Russell left her workplace around 8:20 that night, and they say, and she was smuggling a bathrobe, toilet paper, and other items that belonged to her business. The business where she worked at, right? The 25-year-old nursing student then drove to Target, where she stocked up on cheese and granola bars. She spoke to relative over the phone as she drove towards the interstate, according to the chief. Shortly after, Russell made the call to report that she was seeing a child wandering on the highway. And we know she was the only one who saw that, because that when that traffic footage came out, we noticed how slow traffic was going, and there was nobody else reporting that. There was nobody else who called the police and say, hey, I just saw a woman get out of her car and she's trying to help a child. I couldn't stop, but please send somebody. There was nothing like that, and the traffic was moving slow, as we could see in that surveillance video. She wanted an escape, and she lied about it. Hey, if you're dealing with something and you need time off, rent a hotel couple cities away. Tell your family, or you don't have to tell them, right? Rent a hotel and take a week off or something. But when you have so many people involved, right? The police, the state, so many people involved in this whole thing, and now the police is saying she doesn't want to come out and speak to them anymore. She's refusing to speak with the police. That's something has to be done here. Like, come on. And then the family to go along with this whole thing, that's so weird to me too. Um, Let me see. The alarming call and the abrupt disappearance from the highway sparked a kidnapping investigation, a 2-day search in national headlines. Rosa suddenly returned on foot to her family, who have said they believe she was adopted before she resurfaced on July 15. She definitely fought for her life. I think that line we will never forget. Her mom got on national television and said that. And people are going to say, well, you know, they were believing what Carly say. Nobody, like, your mom knows who you are, man. Your mom knows you. If you live with your mom your whole life, rest assured, they know who you are. They know when something is wrong. They know when you're lying. So if she fought for her life, why isn't the mom rushing and saying, can we get an artist here so they can compose the sketch of this person that attacked my child and kidnapped her? There was nothing on that either. So, no, that's strange. So, let me see. Let me see what else I can get here. She told investigators that after calling 911, she had gotten out of her vehicle to check out on the toddler with the man. When a man materialized from the trees, he picked Rosa up and screamed, forcing her over a fence and into a vehicle. The next thing she remembers is being in the trailer of an 18-wheeler, and Rosa was able to escape the truck on foot, was recaptured blindfolded, and brought to a house. There's so much information now about this. Um, second interview. She made a story here. I guess there's another story about this whole thing. I'm just reading this whole thing, something about sexual contact. Um, she said I think here's the thing. And I'm not trying to, this is serious. If this actually happened, what I'm reading right now, I'm gonna give her the benefit of the doubt is just, I can understand. This is why people say don't ever lie, because one lie leads to the next, right? So now there's a story about she got dragged and put into a truck, and she was blindfolded and brought to a house. At some point, Rosa was able to stage a second escape. She said running lots of woods before making it back to her family's house. So she, I mean, if this happened, she knew that neighborhood like the back of her hands, right? She ran to her house, to her mom's house. It's not like you have, according to this, she was kidnapped, put into an 18-wheeler, and escaped on foot, blindfolded. What do people normally do when they're like running away from their captures? They run to the nearest house that has the lion, so they can call the authorities. They don't like, let me go home and, go to my house. I think this is one lie leading to the next, and I don't want to continue. I just think this is why I stopped speaking about, excuse me. This is why I actually stopped talking about the case, because it was changing so much, like all the time. And now they have internet searches how she was preparing this whole thing. And then now there's a story that she was actually dragged into a truck, and she was blindfolded, and then she escaped on foot, and then she got to her parents' house. That is just, I don't even know what to say. So let me know what you guys think about this whole thing. Thank you so much, everybody, for being here and listening in the podcast. Have a good day, everyone. God bless.